Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And welcome back, everybody. So here we are. It is winter, but in just a few months, we will be in the spring and summer. And many of us looking, to hit the beach and maybe wearing shorts. But for many, maybe not comfortable with that due to spider veins and other vascular challenges within our legs. A lot of women deal with that, men as well. Would you believe that acupuncture can help you out with that? We're going to talk about that today. She is based out of New York City, practices Chinese medicine, certainly acupuncture, and I have learned so much. Throw away your medicine because there's acupuncture. Not to say that medicine doesn't have a place in our lives, but I'm shocked to find out how many things that acupuncture can support. She's Dr. Kelly, our professional of the year, and she's back with us. How are you today?
I'm doing good, Steve. How are you doing?
Eager to learn more about this because I'm trying to visualize what you would do from an acupuncture standpoint to alleviate some of the cosmetic challenges of spider veins. I'm not even sure where to start there. Where do we begin?
The reason I want to talk about it is because I have some patients, they have spider veins, and usually it's on the lower leg. Most of the time, it can happen on the sides or other parts of the body, but most of the time it's on the lower leg. And like you mentioned, when people wear skirts or shorts, it doesn't look very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So some people may go to Western doctor to get some surgery, and some people come to Chinese medicine doctor, try to get the result from the root. So let's talk about what causes spider vein, right? So if you don't know anything about Chinese medicine, but look at the spider vein, looks like the blood accumulated in the capillary, and the blood kind of like the color is kind of like blue or dark, cannot really move. That's what happens, right? So in Chinese medicine, is blood stasis. So the blood stasis is the diagnosis for spider vein. So then how do we treat blood stasis? Like we have acupuncture, we have herbs, but the main diagnosis is blood stasis. There could be underlying problem, like could be some damp heat or damp cold or kidney or spleen involved, but the diagnosis is blood stasis.
I have to ask this, and we've talked about stagnant blood before and how that, unknown to many of us, causes many challenges, even shoulder pain, whatever it might be, stagnant blood. Now, looking at somebody's legs, it could be a damaged blood vessel, and there's many different reasons, as I understand it, for spider veins. Could be hormonal differences, age, a lot of different things. But are you saying, Dr. Kelly, that when we look at a spider vein, we see that, it looks like branches and it's typically dark blue, purplish. Is the blood actually not moving through those veins? Is it stopped, or is it just not moving well?
Well, it cannot totally stop, right? So
that's why I'm asking, because I've always,
Yeah.
like, how is that even possible? We have a problem if it stopped.
Yeah, it's not like 100% stopping, but it's like what we said, it's a stasis, it's stagnant, so it moves much more slower than what it should be. That's why the color is dark, like you said, blue or purple. So let's call the problem not only cosmetic, right? So on the appearance, it doesn't look good. It's not beautiful, doesn't look very well. But on the other side, the blood stasis can give people pain. Because when the blood cannot move, you can have the pain. But of course, the pain can not only just local. Sometimes people may have locally the lower leg feel the pain, but the pain can be everywhere in the body because the blood stasis not only Just because you have spider vein on the lower leg doesn't mean you only have problem on the lower leg. The blood cyst can be through the whole body.
Absolutely. There could be other vascular challenges that you have, and one of them can be spider veins. Um, so let's say, well, let's go to the root cause. We always talk about that, and a lot of times it ties back to different organs in the body, like the spleen, the kidney, the liver. What's typically, if it's not a serious vascular issue, we'll put that to the side for a moment. If it's just the cosmetic thing and blood's not moving like it should be through those veins, what would be the root cause?
The root cause can be spleen, actually. We talk about a lot about
I
spleen.
know, right? By the way, I tell my friends about this all the time. Like, would you believe that your spleen is so much more important than you ever imagined and can cause issues if you don't support it well? This definitely an eye opener here for sure.
Yeah, it is actually because in Chinese medicine, spleen has a lot of functions. One of the function is spleen, like holding the blood in the vessels. When the spleen is deficient, it's kind of like the spleen is so weak, cannot hold the blood in the vessels. That's why the blood kind of like went to capillary, then cannot move.
Mm.
So actually, if the patient is a younger woman, they can also have a menstrual cycle problem because when the spleen cannot hold the blood in the vessels, they may have like heavy period. They may have an early period. So, like you said, spleen actually is more important than we imagine. We have thought, oh, spleen just one of the organ. Actually, spleen is very, very important to us.
So somebody comes before you, they're dealing with this challenge. Um, Gotta ask, I always ask this, where do the very fine hair-like acupuncture needles go in and what's actually going on?
So for people who have spider vein, in general, people kind of like not very, very young. For example, little kids, you don't see spider vein on little kids, very, very rare, unless they have a severe, severe problem. So which means people are not very active. Because when you are very active, think about it, you're running, you're doing exercise every day, you're very active, your blood kind of like not very stasis because you're moving, right? When you move, your blood move. That's
Mm.
easy to understand. So how do we treat it? Where we put the needles? We have local points. We call it ashi points. Basically, it's not really a classic Chinese acupuncture points, but where you have a problem, we put the needle in. We call it ashi points. So we can put some points over there where it has the problem. But of course, we always go back to the root. Like, for example, we talk about spleen, right? When the spleen is weak, we need to tonify the spleen. We can use the points on the leg to tonify the spleen. But that patient have qi stagnation or qi deficiency? It could be because the qi is the command of the blood. Qi is telling the blood to move. But when the qi is deficient, it can the blood doesn't listen because you're too weak. Although you're a general, you're a high officer, but I don't want to listen. So we need to tonify the qi also. So we can use the points on the belly actually to tonify the qi, tonify the blood. So we can use all the points on the body.
Let's define once again chi. We we talked about it before, but I think it's so certainly in line with what we're talking about here, as I understand it from you, in terms of positive blood flow. What is chi?
Qi in general, people translate as energy. That's the most common translation. I'm not 100% sure if energy can really, can tell us what qi is because qi is the Chinese word. Sometimes when you do the translation from one language to another language, sometimes you just couldn't find the exactly word because it's two different language.
Mm.
But the energy is the most common word we are using to translate qi. So it's just called energy. Um, so it's invisible. You cannot see it, just like air, right? We breathe in, breathe out, everything. We cannot see it. Same as qi, you cannot see it, but we having it, we use it every day, and in our body, it's outside our body, it's everywhere.
Is chi referring to blood flow?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Qi and
Okay.
blood, they go hand by hand,
Got it.
right? In Chinese medicine, we say blood is the mother of qi. Like if you don't have enough blood, you don't have enough qi. And qi is the command of the blood. So qi is telling the blood where to go.
Got it.
So they go hand by hand. When people have blood stasis, usually their qi either stagnant, kind of like qi cannot move, then the blood cannot move. So all qi is deficient. You don't have enough qi to move the blood. So they are together.
I'm right there with you. And thank you for even making it further clearer of what she is. And I look at it based on what you said. When we talk about energy, some people subscribe to energy. I'm totally on board for it. And they've seen it, quantum physics, all of that. Everything is energy. But even if you weren't aware of that, or maybe you don't align with that, if we were to say she is positive blood flow, would that be accurate to describe?
We can say qi is one of the positive blood flow. It's not all,
Okay.
but it's one of it. So there are different form of energy, right? We have dynamic energy, right? We have not so dynamic, kind of like still, but there's still energy we have, for example, we have water, we have ice, we have steam. It's just a different form of same matter, but they have different energy.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
But
Thank you
their
for that.
energy, even in ice, although ice doesn't move at all, look like ice you put
It's
over there.
water. It's water.
Exactly. But their
Ah,
energy inside, but the energy not as much, all the dynamic energy is not as much as water or steam if you compare with the three forms.
gotcha. And what would you say if we went on a scale of 1 to 100? The challenges that many of us have, the physical challenges, a lot of the things that we've talked about here, not scientific, but just say 0 to 100 with 100%. If you have challenges in your body, physical challenges, health challenges, it's connected to the chi in your body. Where would you put that on a 0 to 100? Again, not scientific.
Almost at least 90%.
Fair enough. All right. All right. Chi is fundamental for good health and vitality.
Yeah, and in Chinese, like the saying said, people live with the breath, like kind of like when you cannot breathe, you basically kind of like you're gone. So, but that breath is basically qi, right? When you have no qi, basically little person is down. So in that way, qi is very, very important. No qi means no life.
So, do we say that is all chi positive? So, when you have, yeah, we have an issue, let's say spider veins, whatever it is, there's an issue with the chi. Does that mean, can chi be bad? Can you have, or is chi a term to describe the way it should be, the way it should be in your body?
The qi in general is a good thing. There are no negative qi. It's like there is, if people have enough qi, enough blood, In general, this person should be okay. Like for example, let's talk about recently, there are a lot of people got flu or COVID or whatever. Doesn't matter if flu or COVID. Actually, I have a patient. He's very, very healthy in general, but the other day called me. He said he got sick. It's so severe. He haven't been so sick for 25 years. So basically, it's a flu. Actually, later on, he did some check. So it's basically flu. And he said his doctor told him there are so many people got similar flu and very severe, like sore throat, very low energy. He said he feels so discomfort. He's a very strong person, very strong. He even thought about to check out. That's how discomfort he felt. The point is, I have been treating people every day. I basically, my office open 7 days a week, basically, unless I go out for vacation, which is very rare. So I have been treating people who have the flu, like coughing, sneezing, even have fever, but I never really got affected. I don't, at least for this year, I didn't have any common sick, even, don't even talk about the flu. So what's the difference between the people who are strong enough don't get influenced by the flu and some people who, like for example, some people coughing, then they started coughing, they got sick. What's the difference between these two group of people?
Okay. So would you say that if you have enough chi, good chi, that
Good qi.
good
We call
chi,
it righteous qi.
what do we call it?
Righteous qi. Like you said, good qi, not bad qi.
Did you say righteous chi?
Yeah,
Righteous?
righteous qi. Yeah,
Okay. Got enough in your body. Would
yeah.
you say that that can ward off getting sick, getting the flu, maybe getting COVID, some other things? It's almost like an immunity boost in a way.
Yes. Actually, that's a very good point, Steve. You always mention very good point and inspire
I'm
me
just
to
learning
talk about it.
I'm learning from the best. I'm trying to put the pieces together. Got it.
So, actually, just a few seconds before you mentioned about is there bad qi? Actually, in Chinese medicine, we have, like you said, we have righteous qi, we have evil qi. So
Okay.
everything is qi. Like you said, everything is qi. Evil
Well,
qi,
look at it this way, Dr. Kelly. There's good
yeah,
energy. There's
yeah,
bad energy. You go to a
exactly.
party. You walk in. Oh, this feels really great. Like, wow, I'm going to stay a while. This is fun. You go to another party and it feels heavy. I don't know. I'm going to tell them I got a text and I have to leave soon because collectively, the energy of the people, I believe, in the room is just not positive energy. It's kind of negative energy and you're feeling it. So, good energy, bad energy, good chi, bad chi, I guess.
Yes. So in that way, like in Chinese medicine, we do say if you have enough righteous qi, like you said, your body is strong enough, you will not be influenced, affected by the evil qi. So what is the evil qi? Actually, in Chinese medicine, we do have six evil qi can make people sick. One of the six evil qi is cold. Like people get flu or whatever, usually in winter the most. Why? Because it's cold.
Oh, okay. You've said this before. We talk about drinking warm beverages is what we should be doing, not drinking cold beverages. Are you saying that more people get sick in the winter because it's cold and that changes the chi? Because many might believe that, oh, well, people are more enclosed in enclosed spaces and now germs can freely move about. What's going on with the cold or the winter and why more people get sick?
Well, cold, like we talk about like ice, water, and steam, right? Even the same matter, they both the same matter, right? Formula is the same, H2O. But why the energy is different? Because the form. So when it's cold, the cold get into people, make everything slow down. The blood gonna slow down, the
Okay.
chin gonna slow down. And so that's one of the thing about the cold. The other thing, the cold can get into people, make people have pain. So when people have that, your immunity kind of getting weak. When your immunity getting weak, then, the virus or whatever can get into you more easily.
From the cold.
From the cold, yeah, like you did mention about, you said, how about like people like stay close? I mean, think about it during the COVID, a lot of kids still in school, right? Little kids, they touching each other, they share the toy, they put the toy even into their mouth.
Yep.
But some kids never got sick. My kid never got sick during the COVID.
I remember my mom always used to say when I was a kid and I would sit on the sidewalk or the ground and she would say, "Get off the ground. You're going to get a cold in your stomach." Now, I don't know how much truth there is to that. However, based on what you're saying, I'm going to say she was somewhat right, because the cold in itself is doing something to the chi in your body, which is compromising potentially your immune system, which allows you to potentially get sick from a virus or a germ or something like that. Am I accurate in Chinese medicine describing it that way?
Yes. Actually, your mom, I'm surprised because you're American. Your mom even knows don't sit on the cold ground, because usually Chinese mom usually do that, tell their kid. But even American mom told their kid don't sit on the ground, the cold getting into you. So it's not only about Chinese medicine, it's like universal.
Dr. Kelly, my mom has been gone 6 years, and I feel like she's always around me no matter what. But all those phrases that she said when I was growing up, even into my 20s, and like I was, I'm younger than I would say, what do you know? Like, with respect and love. But in my mind, I'm like, what do you know? You're old. What do you know? Now I look back at all of those phrases. Every single one of them had truth. Like all of them when I look back. And I remember a bunch of them, but now I see, where they had their relevance. So I got to start saying that stuff to my kids now, pass it on. I always learn so much with you. And I know we spent a few minutes here on the chi, but for me, and I think for many others, crystal clear in terms of what's going on. And for anybody that hears this and thinks, all right, these two people are very woo, like what are they talking about? Chinese medicine has been around for thousands of years, and we're still talking about it. And people are still getting acupuncture and feeling great. There you go. There's a reason, because it's real. The unfortunate part is you have to be in New York City for somebody to see you for acupuncture. But everything else, virtually, in terms of consults, herbal medicine, we didn't even touch that today. You can always reach us, instantfeedbacksteve@gmail.com, if you have a question, or your website is kelly121acupuncture.com. Is that right?
Yes, Steve.
Always love talking with you. Bundle up, everybody, if you're in a cold environment. Now I see it more and more. It's not good to be cold. You really could get sick. Thank you for today. Always learn a lot with you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Dr. Kelly. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Let's go inside the mind of a 10-year-old.
I should have worn those earrings today. I like those earrings. Gabby has those awesome earrings. I need to ask her where she got those, but that's just what she would want me to do. I'll have Michaela ask her for me.
Buckle up, Sarah.
Yeah, but then Michaela will be like, why don't you just ask her yourself? That's just like Michaela.
Sarah, buckle up.
Michaela's such a great name. I wish I was called Michaela. There's like a dozen Sarahs in my class.
Hey, we're not hitting the road until you buckle up, honey.
Oh yeah, seatbelt. I forget sometimes because my brain is like busy, I wonder if there's pizza at school today.
Sometimes it can be tough to get through to your kids, but it's not impossible. Always make sure they're wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Remember, you have the keys, you have the power. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.